Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. The real reason black people are upset about the Oscars. I want to tell you a true historical fact. So the Spanish conquistadors finally made it to the grand palaces of the Incas. At the time, the Incas had an empire spanning a full third of what we call South America today. Like the Roman Empire, all roads led to the city of the Incas. The Inca could not understand the Spanish conquistadors. They had a Spaniard who spoke the Inca language. They had an Inca who spoke the Spanish language. The day after the conquistador arrived, the Inca got his bearers to carry him to where the conquistadors were. So this is 24 hours later. The Inca in perfect Spanish threw out the Bible and said, "I've read your book." This is overnight, remember. "And I've learned your language." Now, he wasn't saying that in a way that I would say it, which is, "I'm not impressed." He was saying, "Be impressed by me. I am an Inca." So we're talking about genius level type of human being, right? Who was worshipped as a god. And truthfully, after learning Spanish in a day, reading the Bible in a day, and he quoted scriptures from the Bible, what do you think the Spaniard did? He took out his sword and stabbed the Inca all the way to the hilt, killed him on the spot. So let's talk about this Oscars so white thing. So recently, people have called for boycotting the Oscars. Some have come out and revealed that black purchases are 46% of all movie tickets. So what's the problem? The problem is that black people play the "we are fair," and yet Hollywood and the white media ignores all of that. What does that mean? Black people will play white people in historically black music genres. That means at a radio station or what have you, white artists get unfettered access, an entry into historically black charts. That's R&B, soul, jazz, blues. Black people will include other races in all of their projects. So if it's a movie, you'll have all sorts of people behind the scenes, in front of the camera, etc., etc. Blacks think that by including other people, that the white media will see that and also be inclusive. The problem is there are no such rules, and Hollywood will not include anyone else. Why did I tell you the story of the Incas? The Inca in that story represents black people today. Black people bend over backwards, and they offer themselves up and offer their gifts and offer their genius to white people, to have white people simply take out their sword and stab them over and over and over and over. There is no such rule as fair. Why in the hell would you take the money and the funding that you got for your project and go hire a white person? White people don't hire black people. Matt Damon recently got in trouble for this, for saying diversity isn't behind the scenes, diversity is in front of the camera, to which the black producer of Dear White People had the best reaction ever. You see, she had a wake-up call at that precise instance. And Matt Damon holds himself out to be this super progressive, for the people type of guy, when in fact, he's just a big fat racist himself. Oh, I'm sure people are going to be upset at me saying that, but you don't judge a tree by how good it looks. You judge it by its fruit. If he then says, "We are not going to hire black people behind the scenes," the writers who make more than the actors, producers who make more than the actors, executive producers who make more than the actors. Everybody on this side of the camera, well, not everybody, but the key positions on this side of the camera make far more than the actors in front of the camera. You need skill for each position, but the actor position is one of an ego, much ego. You don't need an ego to be the writer. You just make sure that you can sell your work and you reap the benefits with none of the backlash. None. We constantly malign the actors for portraying those roles. The black roles, the pimps, prostitutes. Nobody goes after the writers who wrote the part to begin with. Until such time as black people finally get the idea that they need to make their own. Just like the Mexicans, the Latinos. Have you seen the Latino channels? They don't hire anybody else. There's no Japanese people up on Univision, Telemundo. There's no Indians on there. There's no French people, no Swedish people, none. They're doing their own thing. And come to find out, there's already black people have already created everything in Hollywood that's necessary to produce a movie. Black people already have it, but they don't come together and produce it together. They're used as work mules. Oh, you want to edit this movie? Okay, we'll do it. Oh, you want to produce this movie? Okay, we'll do it. But they won't go, hey, you have a production company. Oh, you have editing company. Oh, you have a sound company. Oh, you have an engineering company. Oh, you have black actors. Oh, no, they just won't do it. I'll look into, see what I can do to get the ball rolling. That's more than what Jada or the other lady said, right? Neither one said that. They didn't say, today we're going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. They said, we. I'll look into it. I will look into it. The takeaway here is you're operating under a slave mentality of trying to appease white people with your being diverse. Oh, we're diverse. Why don't you be diverse? And it's mainly white people talking about diversity. Black people don't talk about diversity. White people talk about diversity. Oh, we embrace diversity. Yeah, no, you don't. You don't at all. Not even close. And what's funny is they pretend that being progressive is somehow this sort of open-mindedness of all people and acceptance of all cultures, when in fact, all they do is actually steal other people's cultures, mainly black. Do you know that black people produce music and entertainment to such a degree that it is a part of the national GDP, and we export that, and black people have 0 fingers in those pies. When you have little tiny white girls doing the whip and the nay-nay in a presidential campaign, getting paid, little tiny white girls getting paid, and white people jumping up talking about some twerking and stuff, getting paid. And of course, it's so great and amazing when white people do it at $30,000 a plate, right? Not a black person in sight. Not even the waiters are black. You are operating under this slave mentality that master will finally recognize me. Oh, if I'm just really good. I told you it's a white religion that you're operating under that has taught you that you need to be humble. You need to be humble. You do not need to be humble. Nowhere in my videos am I ever telling you to be humble. In fact, I've said the exact opposite. You should have pride in yourself. Not your mom, not your dad, not your race. You should have pride in yourself. Why do I say that? Because you have been so mistaught. You should feel sorry for yourself. You should come to the white man to get a handout. Oh, if only we go to the government can help us. Not true. Sorry to tell you. Now, do black people should get reparations? Yes. Do you know that the slave owners got reparations when they passed the law banning slavery in the United States? Slave owners got reparations immediately, written into law. Slave owners. I'll leave that thought with you. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.